Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
And good evening, everyone. Live on my YouTube channel, this is Rich Mancuso. Welcome to Keep It in the Ring for this Thursday night edition of January 15, 2026. Welcome in. Like, comment, and subscribe, of course, to my YouTube channel here. And also String Punk Entertainment, TD Sports Talk, with my esteemed colleague, producer, and co-host Tommy D, who'll be here in a moment. As well as looking at that boxing calendar scrolled at the bottom of your screen. We'll go over some of those fights in the next hour and a half or so or less here at Keep It in the Ring. My social media handles, as always, xring786, facebook.com, Rich Mancuso. Get me on Instagram and other social media platforms, as well as read my content on latinosports.com. Welcome in, everyone, and comment as we go along. This is your program as well as mine and Tommy D's, as you'll see. And the comments will be coming in. We'll read and get to as many of them as we can during the next hour or more. So let's get this started. It's going to be about Dalton Smith. We'll get to that. The newest champion from the UK came to Brooklyn and dethroned the champion from Puerto Rico, Silvio Mateus. We'll get to that. Oscar De La Hoya and Eddie Hearn. Controversy. Boxing. What else? What else can it be? A purse bid to get this Virgil Ortiz Jr. fight going with Gerard Boots Ennis, the two separate promoters. They can't come to terms. We'll analyze that a bit during the hour. Ryan Garcia finally has his fight set with Mario Barrios. Garcia vying for his first title in his career if he wants to start a legacy. We'll get to that. More boxing. There's a lot of that. WWE news, some other wrestling stuff out of AEW. New champ, of course, Drew McIntyre. Where does that leave him for WrestleMania coming up in April? The nostalgia, the fact of the week, we get it all. And we want to hear from you. So let's get it started, will you? And come along for the ride. So let's look first at Dalton Smith. He came to Brooklyn. He's the newest champion from the UK. Eddie Hearn's Matchroom Boxing promoter. That's his promoter. And, of course, they were thrilled at the end. This was a fight, I can't say early upset of the year, but I can say this. We have a new champion at 140 at Barclays Center, which was not well attended, by the way. By all means, Smith went with the plan. He did everything that Mateus tried to do and couldn't do, and now he is a two-time champ. Mateus was a two-time champ. There's your new champion from the UK, Dalton Smith, who had a lot of skills coming in, but relatively to many here unknown unless you watched him on the Zone with Matchroom Boxing and Eddie Hearn. He dethroned Mateus. Very interesting, because this division right now is very, very interesting. And you take a look at some of the fight footage we have, you can see how well Smith was in control with the knockout coming. On two of the three cards before the knockout, he led the fight to the judges at ringside. Referee was Ricky Gonzalez. There you have it. The bout was stopped. Mateus is now 23-3, 22 knockouts. Smith remains undefeated. And the rights of Smith, the TKO in the 5th round. That's how it all transpired. In a division that's very competitive with the champions, Teofimo Lopez, Richardson Hitchens, among the two well-known. And Smith possibly will have Albert Puello next. WBC may be ordering that fight. But we take a look first. But you know what? Let me go into this more. Let me bring in my colleague, my esteemed producer, my friend, Tommy D, TD Sports Talk. Then we'll go over this some more. Tommy, come on in. Don't mute yourself.
Nope.
There you are. And you're looking good. You're looking good, my friend, as always. How are you?
Thank you. I feel good, and I'm ready to rock and roll. Been a busy week for me. I haven't really got to put any content up from the fight this past Saturday. So this is my first shot to do it today on a Thursday. Here, like 5 days later after the event. But
All right, before we go into I didn't make it. Of course, I say I'm going, and I didn't go because something else happened to Rich Mancuso. But I watched it. I did see the card in its entirety on payperview.com. Thanks to them again for giving me the code to get in and watch it. And I saw a very sparse crowd there at Barclays, which was a question coming in that this fight wasn't going to sell here. Were there more contingent of fans from Puerto Rico for Mateus or more UK for Smith?
I think it was not much. If I had to guess, I would say about 5,000 people were there. Majority were for Matias, for the Puerto Rican crowd. I would like to also mention that our guy Keith Cologne sold a lot of tickets too. They had their own section,
and we're going to get to that. We'll get to his latest win. Tom, before we analyze Smith joining that group of elite champions from the UK that he joins now, you do have some footage of the stoppage, I believe. Do you have footage?
Yeah, we have footage of the stoppage. I'll show it right now. Let's
take
it right now.
Only Tommy D could do this for me or us. Go ahead. Let's play it as it unfolded in that fifth round stoppage. The referee, Ricky Gonzalez, Matias objected to it. He thought the fight shouldn't be stopped. We tried to get the referee, Ricky Gonzalez, a friend of this program, on there tonight with us to analyze it, but he wasn't available. We'll get him at some point. But Tom, roll that ending if you have it. And take a look. Take a look at how masterful Dalton Smith is, who has a very good chance to be somebody big here in this division, is he not?
Yeah, I mean, listen, this was a great fight. There was a barn burner. I mean, the first round, Dalton Smith looked great. He boxed, and he boxed lovely. He won. I thought he won the first round very convincingly, and I thought that's what we were going to see the rest of the night. I thought he wasn't going to let Matias pressure him. I thought he was going to move his legs around more and try to bounce from the outside. Because listen, Dalton Smith's a very accurate puncher, and he's pretty good. He's got decent footwork. And he could punch to the body, and he could punch up top. He stopped Cepeda a couple years ago, I believe, and it was to the body. So not the way I envisioned the fight. I was rooting for Matias, but I did pick Dalton Smith to win this fight because I thought there was a lot of distractions. I didn't think Matias looked as good as I would have liked him to look on Thursday, the press conference, and I just thought Dalton Smith was just a better boxer, a better version of Liam Paro that beat Matias. A
lot of respect for each other too throughout the whole promotion.
Respect,
throughout the promotion, but Matias, he said he beat Matias at his own plan. Yet Eddie Hearn now saying also, of course, he was the most ecstatic one after the fight in the ring. He said that Smith now the new superstar at 140. He's in that elite group of champions now at 140, with Mateus out of the picture and would have to climb his way back. Going to take some time if he wants to do that. But this is interesting because here you're taking a look. He joins this elite group of champions from the UK, and the UK has become a powerhouse for the sport with champions. You got Lewis Crocker there, the heavyweight WBO champ Fabio Wardley, Nick Ball, the WBA featherweight champ, who's impressive, and Jazza Dickens, who's the WBA junior lightweight champ. You look at the fighters that have come out of the UK and Dalton Smith joining this group now, Anthony Joshua, Ricky Hatton, and just to name a few, Tom, it's impressive. And I think Dalton Smith has a great chance to be a part of this elite group, especially in a division as competitive and highly contested as 140 is.
Yeah, 140 is a very deep division. And, I think news came in this morning that the Ring has ranked him number one as the king of the 140s right now. Hitchens hasn't got a fight. He's going to fight Duarte. And then, Teofimo, who is the Ring champion, will be defending that title against Shakur later on this month. So they ranked Dalton Smith. I think the fact that they ranked him one was probably because he came from the UK into the United States, fighting Subriel Matias, who's from Puerto Rico, which is, is part of the United States as well. Still coming in with a fan favorite, right? And winning the way he won. So I have no problem with that. I think it's going to change, after the 31st anyway. But All
well,
power to Dalton Smith with the performance he did.
he
He
did.
was hurt. He
He
was hurt
came.
badly in the fourth
Yeah, he
round.
was. Yeah, and he came to Brooklyn, and I think he developed more fans after that win too.
Oh, he
He has
definitely did.
he has
Yeah, I
more
mean,
more.
a lot of
Yep.
respect. It was sad because every Puerto Rican on the card won except for Matias. But I think he earned a lot of respect. The UK
Yeah.
fans were very respectful as well. They were there and they were they were nice to everybody, and there was no problems. Even though there was a little brawl in the arena, but it
There
had nothing
always
to do with the
is.
UK.
There
Nothing
always is at the Barclays Center. You always see
always
that there.
is, and
For
I'm not
some
going to get
reason.
into it, but
Yeah.
it was a high profile guy, and that's all I'm going to say about that. And it kind of distracted me in the fifth round because it happened in the fifth round, and I was taking footage each round with the phone, and I missed the fifth round until the knockdown. Like once it was all over, when we turned away, we got a few maybe 15 seconds, and then the knockdown happened.
And
Happened.
word is, Tom, that you and Dalton Smith became good friends Saturday night.
Well, we did catch up with him. There was no post-fight press conference, so we were bummed about that because
Yeah, both fighters went to the hospital for some
both-
medical attention.
and they both met up in the hospital and they took pictures in the
There
hospital.
was a lot of respect. A lot of
Yeah,
respect.
it was pretty cool. There was some good footage there. And
Yeah.
then Dalton Smith.
Do you
ended
have
up
a Do you
home.
have a photo of you and the new champion?
Yes, I do, and that's me and Dalton.
Of course, there it is. Add it to your list. But
That's
Tom,
in the
where's Tommy D? Where's the smile?
Well, I was upset that Matias lost. So what do you want me to do? But
Yeah, nice.
much respect. He was there. He had his fans in there. I'll play a little footage. They were in the bar chanting. I mean, it was a cool moment. You got to give it to him. There's a lot of respect. Let me play it real quick for you.
Go ahead.
I don't know. Every time I play a video, it's muting me automatically. All right. So basically, I was saying it was a great event. Credit to Dalton Smith. Credit to Subriel. It was a great fight. Listen, Dalton Smith didn't have to fight that way, but Matias kind of bring it on to him and made him fight his fight. And what's
Right,
funny
the
is that
plan.
Dalton Smith had Matias on the back foot, which
Yeah.
you don't really see much in fights,
no.
in Matias fights. And he was hurt badly in that fourth round. I saw it. He wobbled back to the corner. I mean, we thought that it was over the next round. Matias was going to get him out. But Dalton Smith, credit to him, he came back, still fought Matias's fight, and he got to stop it. So you could do nothing but take your hat off and salute the guy and just give credit where credit is.
As he said, he beat Mateus at his own plan, and that he certainly did. And did you catch Javier Cintron on the undercard? Before that, the first round knockout, maybe the early knocked out of the year so far. I mean, we're on
No,
not even.
well, that one was an exciting first round. That I know what you're not. You're talking about Nesta Bravo. Nesta Bravo.
Nesta Bravo.
That was in the second round, I believe, and that was a wicked uppercut. Yes,
Yeah.
I did. That was insane. I mean, and I was sitting in a different area than where I was in the end of the night, and he was facing me. So, like, literally, when he got hit, he was sleeping in the air in timber. It was sick. I mean,
you could hear that on the telecast. How the impact of that too.
and you could hear it.
Came
You
off.
could hear it on in the stadium in the arena.
Yeah,
as
because
well.
there was
just
no
great.
one there. That's
Yeah.
why.
Yeah,
But
And then,
that goes down as the early knockout of the year.
big time.
Yeah,
Just the
yeah.
way he connected and the way
And
he
then
just-
our good friend here to the program, a friend of yours too, very good friend of yours, and you play no favorites with him, and we tell the truth about him. But Keith Colon, the featherweight out of Newark, New Jersey, 5 fights last year, successful at Barclays Saturday to begin the new year. Now 9-0, all by TK. This is a TKO in the 7th round. Impressive, Tom. He continues to make his message, getting the message across. I'm Keith Colon. You come in here with me. I'm taking care of business. And he's done that. 9-0, all by knockout. And I believe you have some images of this fight. He did. Who was his opponent? Alberto Guaraba from Mexico.
Yeah,
gave him a couple of tough rounds. He did have with him.
Well, the guy is a veteran. The guy had he was like 28-8, if like 36 fights, 34 fights, something like that. He fought Shakur Stevenson. You know, he fought for the title twice and lost. So he was a very experienced guy. And this is the first time, you know, Colon has made it past, I believe, the 4th round. So there's a 7th round stoppage. You know, the guy was surviving in the last few rounds. Like, you know,
yeah.
Keith had to kind of chase him. But
what I noticed watching that fight was that, you know, Keith might have had the in his early career. Granted, this is his 9th pro fight. That this might have been his toughest first few rounds of his career. He had trouble with this guy in the first few rounds, and then typical Keith Colon, he did what he had to do. He's got a lot of power, and he's got the speed, and he did it.
Yeah, he did it. I got a little bit of video.
You have some video of it, and then I think we have your interview with him as well afterwards. Some of that. Let's play that.
Okay, let's do that. Okay.
He hit and then try to grab and get back up.
That was me screaming, "Let's go!" after the fact. But that was the knockdown. He did drop him, I think, like 3 other times before that in previous rounds, you know, and then the ref just eventually waved it off because the guy was really not trying. I don't think he was hurt, but he was really trying to, you know, you're on mute, Rich. Rich, you're on mute. You got to unmute yourself. Rich, he just froze. Hold on. Having technical difficulties here. Yeah, you're on mute. It says you're on mute. There you go. There you go.
Oh, God. Tom, you know, I think it's a conspiracy.
I think it's StreamYard is acting up. Every time we play a video, it's automatically, it usually take the mute off. I don't know why it's doing it.
Well, we're back. Sorry about that. It's a live program, but we're here. We'll proceed. We get through it. Did you spoke to Keith after the fight, Keith Colon? Any idea? Did he tell you when he'd be getting back in there next? He fought 5 times last year, but let's take a look and listen to your chat with Keith Colon after the fight.
Okay. What's good, man? I'm here with Tsunami Colon, man, for your 9th win, another knockout, 9 KO, man. How do you feel right now?
Feel good. I'm blessed to be able to get out the ring safely and just keep the ball rolling.
Okay, and this is the first time you passed, like, what, 4 rounds?
Yeah.
Was this the 6th round or 7th round knockout? I can't.
To be honest, I don't really know. I don't know. I was locked in, 6th round. Yeah, see. Yeah, but you know, at the same time, you know, we was getting ready to press the issue for real because he was doing a lot of running, and we didn't want to get caught in nothing silly. So we was still being smart, patient, and just waiting for the later rounds.
Okay. Yeah, he did look like he was trying to survive for a little bit in there. So you got a little bit of experience in there. You fought a guy that was well experienced. I mean, was he a little bit awkward in the beginning? He started off slow the first couple of rounds, you know.
He was a bit awkward. But I also was just staying composed watching him because I know he was like a little tricky guy, tricky fighter. He was just coming there throwing punches with his head. So, you know, I ain't want any accidents. You know, my main thing is getting a victory and staying clean.
Okay. And it seemed like you hurt him to the body a few times. Was that the game plan, or was this something you seen, you know, early in the fight?
Nah, throughout the fight, they told me start going to the body. At first, we was just investing with little stabs here and there, but then as the fight went on, they started doubling up, and the toe, you know, it was visible when I landed my shots.
Okay. And finally, man, what are you looking to do now, man? 9 wins already, man. You're up to a great start of your career, 9 knockouts. What you looking forward to?
The next step up.
26, sorry.
The next step up. You know, that's what it's all about. The next step up. The next opponent. He was a guy that fought, you know, for the title, Now we want like somebody more established, somebody that I'm gonna be able to show my skills to, not chase around the ring.
Okay, that's what's up. Keith Cologne, man, appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
God bless you for 2026.
Appreciate it.
Guys,
Thank you.
Tom, he knows the game, that's for sure, and he already knows what he's planning in his next fight. Maybe he'll fight 6 times this year, fought 5 times last year. He says the next step up. That's what he said. He wants more competition. He wants to move up this totem ladder quick. I got a feeling in that division he can do it too, as long as he stays active and remains injury-free. Got the right people behind him as well. Gary Starks Jr. is his trainer, I believe, right? Is it Starks?
It's one of his trainers. He's got another trainer as well. Abdul Salam is his main trainer.
Oh, he's got good people in his corner.
He's got a really good team. They got a good stable also in Ironbound in New Jersey. Very good stable. There's a few fighters in there. Nims Abdul Salam and his brother, I forget his name. Josiah Kirkpatrick's another guy, another young kid out of Jersey. They work with each other a lot. So a very, very good young stable. And listen, this is a big year for Keith Cologne, guys, because he just went 9-0. He's going to graduate from Rutgers University, God willing, later on, in the spring. So
he's a psychology major. Yeah, psychology major too. And he plays psychological mind games with his opponents. And thank you, Federico. Great fan of the program. Jimenez, throwing punches with his head. Do fighters' team not do that? Does that give away their punch? You want to answer that, Tom?
What does he say? He said throwing punches with his head.
With his head.
Not to do that.
Yeah.
No. I don't quite understand that.
I don't either that much, but I got a feeling he's looking at throwing punches with his head. Maybe meaning that he's using his mentality right. Federico, maybe we'd have to get more clarification on that. And thank you also to this latest comment coming in. We want you to comment. We'll read as many of them as we can. Thank you. We slash the like button. I tell everybody to do that every week.
Yes, that's the like
button. There you go. Anyway, congratulations to Keith Cologne. What is his nickname again?
The Tsunami.
The Sumani. Well, he's got a Sumani punch, that's for sure. Handles himself well in the ring as well as out of the ring, too. Great win for him, first one of the new year. Over in Germany over the weekend on the Zone, Rudolf Weber Arena in Oberhausen, Germany, on the Zone. Heavyweight. This guy, you got to start talking about him.
I like this guy.
Kabiel, third round. Darian Kabah, Yeah, competitive first 2 rounds, Tom, and then it ended. Gabriel 27-0, 19 knockouts, WBC interim title, which means he's headed to something with that interim title status. Alexander Usyk, the heavyweight champ, who's recognized by most of the major alphabet soup organizations, though that's not in the plan. Despite the crowd there in Germany calling for that fight with him and Usyk, it's not going to happen. Maybe next for this young man who's undefeated in the heavyweight division, which has always been the face of boxing. Maybe it's going to be the Chinaman Zhang, the big giant, I call him, or Frank Sanchez. That's the talk.
Well, he already beat Zhang. He already stopped him, so I don't know why they would have him fight him again. And Frank Sanchez is I forgot who he's fighting.
They're going up in a purse bid with him, and I forgot against 2, and it's not working out.
Yeah, so
it seems to be the theme this week: purse bids with potential fights not coming through.
Yeah,
but,
I don't want to see him.
We're going to keep an eye on this guy because he's undefeated. He's in a heavyweight division with Usyk, who reigns, and Tyson Fury's back. But this guy's got a mean punch. And
he's a mean body.
Yeah, really does. He really does.
He's a great body puncher. And I like this guy a lot. And he brings a lot of people. He sells, because he's I think Iranian descent. He's German. I think born in Germany, but he's Iranian descent. So he gets fans from Germany, and I think
they want him and Usyk. I don't know if Usyk will be around by the time he could get him.
Well, there's word that Usyk is going to fight Deontay Wilder in July in San Francisco, is what I heard. I don't know or what I saw. I'm not too sure if that's accurate.
You hear that, our buddy Pedro Fernandez from San Francisco?
Yeah. So maybe he'll go to that fight.
No, he's in San Francisco. He won't have to get
better
on
go
a
to
plane
that
and come
fight.
to New York and go to that. All right, Tom. All right. The drama continues to unfold, and this is drama. Will Virgil Ortiz Jr., represented by Golden Boy and Oscar De La Hoya, Gerard Boutsenis with Matchroom and Eddie Hearn, will they meet this year or anytime soon? Now, here's the story as it keeps unfolding. Ortiz, the WBC interim holder at 154, undefeated 24-0, Ennis undefeated, of course, 35-0, the former unified welterweight champ. Now, of course, you got Van der Zayas in that division looking to unify in 2 weeks. He can say M1 versus Baruch. And so is Matavalov back in the picture. The IBF champ defends against Josh Kelly on that card. Sebastian Fundora is a champion in division. Keith Thurman's up for him, hopefully in March, as they say. The WBC title defense in March would be for Fundora. Now the controversy, Tom, and we got to look into this because De La Hoya and Hearn are disagreeing on splits, the purse splits. As it is in boxing, we always have controversy. As it is when you put a mega fight like this together, and this is considered a mega fight, Ortiz Jr. and Boutsenis, you're going to have controversy, as we see here with the purse splits. Hearn wants 55. Eddie Hearn, according to De La Hoya, he said, did not call me. Oscar is saying he wants a 60-40. Ortiz gets 50% for the winning of this split. Eddie Hearn saying 55% to Ortiz, 45% to Ennis. So, this is crazy. And Oscar De La Hoya is responding to all this, and he said, forget about it, we're moving on. So we may not get to see this fight, which means we will see this fight, won't we? That's how it goes. But here's where it gets even crazier, Tom. Ortiz's manager, Rick Marajan, says he has the right to negotiate with anyone, not Golden Boy and De La Hoya. So there's dissension there now. He says De La Hoya has no right to call for 60-40 split. Tom, what this all comes down to is this. We have a major fight that we could happen. The fans want to see it. These two want to meet. They've been calling for each other, for over a year or more? De La Hoya wants it. Eddie Hearn wants it. Yet they can't agree on a split with the purse. And the manager of Ortiz Jr. now is rivaling the promoter of Ortiz Jr., De La Hoya.
Yeah.
Tom,
Which is crazy because the manager's not allowed.
So bizarre. It's bizarre.
So it is very bizarre. I don't know what to take from it. I mean, both guys, I think, make good money as far as bringing fans to the arenas. You know, they would have to settle an arena next. So this is just talking about the money. Where would they fight? They'd have to do it in Vegas. I mean, that would be kind of like the neutral, but they're not going to do it in Texas, and I'm sure they're not going to do it in Philly. So, I mean, it's just a waste. It's just boxing politics as usual. We never get to see what we really want to see. You know, neither guy is a champion at 154 either.
No, it's not a championship fight as well, but it would determine a lot, of course. But, Tom, in the old day, it was always like a 50-50 split. That's how it used to work.
And I think
60-40, you know.
Split. I think they're both going to make good money. It's a pay-per-view fight. I think this is one of the big fights of the year if they could make this happen. You know, on paper. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy.
And you know, and I think if people are worried, like Oscar, I think Oscar's worried about if they lose, right? Can he sell? I think the loser can still sell.
You know, Oscar's on his way out of the zone too.
Yeah.
It seems like he's down to one or two more shows. They're not going to have him back.
Yeah.
So, you know, Oscar is great for the sport. He speaks highly about what has to be done. And most of the time I'm in agreement with him. But this is utterly insane. And I'm not taking sides with Eddie Hearn or him when it comes to putting this fight together because of these purses and the money involved. I'm just saying, put the fight together. Put the damn fight together. This is what the fans want to see, and it will only make boxing better, but this is making it look worse. Bad.
It's making it look worse. And listen, I'm going to tell you something about Oscar. He promotes some of the biggest dummies in the sport. He promotes Ryan Garcia, who's, I think, is a POS, right?
Yeah.
Floyd Schofield, who, pulled out of the Shakur fight a while ago, and he can't get a big fight. What is he doing? Like, so now Virgil, I like Virgil. I think Virgil is a great talent, but when is he going to fight somebody? So I don't know. Oscar could be one of the. I mean, there's not many American promoters in the sport, big time. He's one or two. It's them, and I think, and Top Rank. And then the PBC would probably be number 3 as far as the United States.
Oscar learned a lot from Bob Arum, the Hall of Fame promoter, Top Rank. By the way, they still don't have a streaming contract, a streaming service to show their fights. They have to dispatch their fighters to other shows on other networks, YouTube or whatever they got that they do on their own. But what's happening here is this again. Let's get back to this issue. Oscar De La Hoya and Eddie Hearn are not on the same page here. Yeah, they want the fight. And this is the fight fans want to see. They've been talking about it. They've been talking about putting this fight together, as we mentioned, over a year or more. All right? Something has to give in. I think they eventually will. It won't be 50-50, but just like they do in baseball with owners and players and salary caps, which will lead to a work stoppage after next season, because of everybody being greedy. That's what this is about, and I can't take sides here. Eddie Hearn's a smart businessman. That's why he's the lead promoter in the sport. Oscar De La Hoya knows the sport, having been a great champion. He's a Hall of Famer. And when Oscar fought, the money wasn't as big as it is today, though he did make an awful lot of money.
Yeah.
So someone here has to give in. And I think they'll compromise and they'll come to an agreement, and within a matter of weeks, we'll have this fight made.
I don't know why they can't just do 55-45 to the winner. Sign a contract. Whoever wins gets 55, loser gets 45, and if it's a draw, 50-50. Just do that.
But what makes it even more interesting is the manager getting involved. And that, to me, they have a say, but not so much in that I can make the purse splits. No, the manager just helps negotiate. So it's just as bizarre as it is. Yeah. It really is. Let's move on, because De La Hoya's other fighter looking to build a legacy. He didn't have a belt yet. Maybe he'll get Mario Barrios' WBC 147-pound title. It's official. They're going to have a press conference this coming week, so I hear. Las Vegas T-Mobile Arena, February 21st on the Zone. Now, Ryan Garcia said this. He said this about the poster, and this is typical Ryan Garcia, Tom. He did not like that Barrios' name is up there first on the poster. Hey, you know what, Tom? Barrios is the champ. Ryan Garcia isn't. He should be up there first.
This guy is a clown, man. I just got no respect for Ryan Garcia at all. I just think he's a waste. I just think he's a POS. The guy he doesn't even deserve a title shot after, what he did with the steroids, and then coming back and losing to Rowley in a fight that they were trying to get him to win. And look, he's right in the mix. Number one, he's got a fight right after a loss. Another guy fighting for a world title after his previous fight was a loss. This is trash. And this is the WBC.
Yeah, well, now you know why. Now you know why there was so much skepticism and skeptics in boxing. Here's a reason why. You just brought up a good point. That's another good point, Tom. Very valid and true. And that's what happens. Yep. So, but it is official. Ryan Garcia will go for another title, and there's still talk. Him and Devin Haney again, though I don't think it's any close to even happening. And Haney's a champ at 147. But hey, if Garcia wins this fight, and I'm not ruling him out, okay, then maybe him and Haney fight for that title that Haney has at 147. And we're getting somewhere.
What I find interesting also in this fight, which I find it kind of suspect too, Goosen is gonna train Barrios for this fight. who worked
Right.
with
And
Garcia a few
work
fights
with
ago.
Ryan Garcia. Well, Goosen is one of those guys. He'll go where he's got to go. A fighter wants him, and Goosen makes money off them.
Yeah.
Very highly touted, good trainer, but he goes where it is. He's a smart guy,
Yeah.
and this guy's made his money in boxing. He knows what he's doing. Good trainer, established, and Garcia, of course, he gets rid of every trainer he has.
Yeah. Well, he's still. I
And
believe
Barrett-
he's still with Derek. What is it? Derek James. I believe he's still. with
Yeah, I think so. Well, anyway, that's coming up in February, which will be an interesting month for the sport. And then the WBO, Tom, is ordering a purse bid for Cherise and Diego Pacheco, 168, for the vacant WBO Super Middleweight title. Both, here we go again. Both camps here couldn't reach terms yet on a purse bid. That seems to be the theme this week. The WBO is ordering this fight because the two teams, Cherise and Pacheco, and Pacheco's with Matchroom. Cherise, I think, I'm not sure. I don't know who
He's I thought he was a Turkey
What-
guy. I find that
He's
shocking.
a
I think.
Turkey guy, yeah.
I
So now the Turk guy,
Yeah.
well, I would think now, if they WBO orders it, the
Yeah.
Turk guy's involved, Eddie Hearn's involved, they have a close working relationship, and they'll get this fight together. And,
Yeah,
but
that's why I
again,
don't understand why it's going to go to purse bid because I figured the Turk
Yeah.
guy was, that's his
Well,
guy. They would find a,
interesting the
Who was
last
gonna
10
put
minutes. What
on
have
a
we
wing
talked
card.
about Tom, what have we talked about the last 10 minutes? Terse bids.
Yeah, the purse bids. And,
Boxing
it.
politics and the money that's out there, and we have controversy even with this. Pacheco, though, didn't look good in his last fight. He may not be ready for a title at 168, a division once held by the undisputed there in Terrence Crawford before Canelo Alvarez had everything. Pacheco, though, this did an interesting fight for him, a fight he would need to win if he wants a major title at 168.
yeah, for sure. Pacheco, you got one guy that looked great in his last fight, beating Berlanga, knocking him out in foreign territory, right, coming. And then you got another guy that just changed his trainer. He struggled with Kevin Sajo, right, from France, and he got dropped in that fight. Some people thought he might have lost that fight. He did not look good in that fight at all, and now, is fighting a guy like Cherise. So, two guys going kind of in the opposite directions. Diego Pacheco was a once highly touted prospect, a guy for the division. So he didn't look like it in his last fight.
To me, he took a step back in his last fight. Took a step back, and he's not ready. He's still not ready to go for a major title, 168. Richardson, Hitchens, and Durate on. They're going to be on the undercard of the Barrios Garcia undercard. Hitchens defends his IBF junior welterweight title. Again, the division at 140 going to be very busy this month, especially the end of the month, and next month in February, Tom.
So I got a question about this. If this fight really does happen and it's on that card, that's a Golden Boy card. Is Hitchens now a Golden Boy fighter? Because I thought he was with Matchroom.
He's with Matchroom, so
With
go
Eddie.
figure
So
that
now
out
they're able
too.
to that's what I'm saying. So they're able to get.
How more confusing can it
So
get?
Eddie's got a guy against De La Hoya's guy because Duarte's a De La Hoya fighter.
Yeah.
This is very weird.
So they're talking. They're talking because their two fighters are fighting on February 24th against each other as well. So they're talking.
Yeah.
So maybe we will have Anderson. Maybe on that day we'll find out if Ortiz Jr. and Boots Ennis will finally have a fight. Who knows, right? All right.
Yes.
And this undefeated Colleen Walsh, the knockout artist from Ireland, we've seen him a lot in New York at the Garden. He's headlining the first Zuffa boxing show, January 22nd, Paramount Plus. Dana White, TKO Endeavor. Dana White says Walsh, the WBC Continental America Super Welterweight Champ, undefeated with a power punch. We've seen it. We know he can do it, Tom. So he's going to headline and get great exposure. Paramount Plus for that young man, Colleen Walsh, headlining the first Zuffa boxing show.
Yeah, I see
Now-
this coming a mile away.
Yeah.
We already knew. We've been watching Kane and Walsh for a while, fighting under Tom Lawful at 360 Promotions, whereas they were using the UFC Fight Pass or Fight Zone to put on their fights. which is Dana White's channel, I guess. And so I seen this a mile away that these 360 guys were going to go over and be, on the TKO, Zaffa, whatever you want to call it, cards.
Yeah,
I mean,
of course.
Walsh, he's a good young talent. I mean, he's gotten better. I mean, we saw him here in the Garden once, and he fought a good friend of mine from the Bronx, and I thought he lost, but it was a good fight. And but he definitely has gotten better, and he's going to be good in this division. I mean, as he moves up in competition, fighting Ocampo, that's a good test for him.
Yeah, you're talking about a friend from the Bronx, Villarreal, right?
Yeah, Villarreal, Ismael Villarreal.
Villarreal, yeah, right.
Yeah.
And we covered that fight. I remember that. Yeah. It was the last year in the Garden in the theater. All right. Tom, after Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach had their controversial draw back in last March, that voluntary knee rule came into effect. By the way, Gervonta Davis, there's a warrant for his arrest. The latest domestic violence situation with him, stemming from him not being able to fight Jake Paul. Well, finally now there's an arrest warrant for him, and they have enough evidence. This could be the end of Gervonta Davis, which would be a sad, sad story. But here's the thing here, based out of that fight, remember, Gervonta took a voluntary knee in that title defense against Lamont Roach in the 9th round. Initially, the referee Steve Willis administered a count. That's where the controversy came in. But now, in the last few days, the Association of Boxing Commissions, in the referee manual, they've changed an amendment. The National Combat Sports Summit is where this happened. Now, taking a voluntary knee, according to their amendment in their rulebook, is now recognized as a knockdown. Do you agree with that?
I definitely agree with that, and I think that was always in the rule in some capacity, where they just didn't enforce the rule, that night. You know what I'm saying? They dropped the ball on that. The Athletic Commission dropped the ball on that, and they had to do something. But the job is already done. It was a very close fight. Some people still thought Tank won. Some people thought Roach won, but definitely an awkward moment in the fight. Feel bad for Roach because I thought he won decisively in his next fight against Pitbull, and they gave another.
And that had been a knockdown. We know Lamont Roach would have been the champion.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't like to say that though, Rich, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because we don't know if they counted the knockdown if Tank puts more pressure on the next few rounds, thinking that he's down, that he loses 2 points, right? Because that's automatic 10-8 round. So we don't know. We can't really say that for sure because maybe he fights a little bit differently, thinking he's down. So I don't know. I don't like to say that. It's the same thing like if you protest a rule in baseball, they have to replay the fight, replay the game from that moment if something went wrong on the protest.
We need more replay in boxing. We do. We do need more replay usage. Your thoughts on Gervonta Davis and the arrest warrant, Tom?
Listen, I mean, I think he has some issues. I think he has some problems. I hope he fixes them. I read the warrant. The warrant is available to be read online. You could read everything that happened. I kind of figured there was some tape if there was some arrest warrant involved. They do have video. I just think for his sake right now, he should turn himself in because you never know what can happen. If they catch him or something, who knows? I think he needs to turn himself in and just, handle his business, in the court of law and then, move on with his life. And his career.
I'd like to hear, and I'd love to know what the fans think of all this and all what we've been talking about the last half hour more as we babbling on with everything. Like, comment, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Rich Mancuso. Comment here, Tommy D Sports Talk, Spring Punk Entertainment. Tom, any comments come up before I give one or two other boxing notes and take the break?
Well, your favorite guy, your favorite nephew, BBO, is in here starting trouble as usual. He said he's I don't even want to read the comments that he's saying because it's I think that they're not PG rated. I think it's above that. But he definitely says what's up to you, Uncle Rich. He definitely says what's up, and he's making fun of me as usual. Federico, he turned himself in. That's latest thing. I didn't know that.
No, he says turn himself in. I didn't hear. I didn't hear that he turned himself in. The last I heard late this afternoon that there was a warrant for his arrest.
BBO said
I
he
would
would
fly to
Russia.
Russia. Let's see. You go fly. I did that once, by the
To
way.
Russia?
Yeah. I covered a fight.
Really? Okay.
1982, 83. I even forgot who it was, but I was dispatched there by a couple of fight managers. They asked me if I could take the trip and represent the fighter out there. And, well, hell, I got a good story out of it, and I got a free trip to Russia. I may have a few people that went to the Soviet Union before the revolution ensued there on the Gorbachev era. Yeah, so and that we're gonna go 17-hour flight, no food over there at all. I was drinking. I for like 5 days I ate bread and whiskey. That's how they served you dinner, breakfast.
Whiskey or vodka? They drink vodka.
And I had to wait vodka. And I had to wait 3 hours outside of McDonald's to get in. 3 hours to get into the McDonald's over there.
Oh my God!
Finally got in, and it wasn't good.
Wow.
And they rationed how much you could get with the ruble, Russian ruble. And there's all stories about that, how they tracked me down because they knew I was American and followed me all over the place. Because they held up their hand and said, give me, $5. The American dollar to them was a lot of money. So, and you exchange your money. But
I would like to know what fight you went to go cover out there.
I forgot. I got to look it up, go back into my history books, and I'll tell you. But that was a trip that I'll remember that trip, and I don't want to remember that trip. Tom, let's move on and close this segment up because the weekend of boxing leads to more in the next month or more. A lot of names coming up. Of course, January 31st, we're going to have 3 big cards, including Teofimo Shakur in the Garden, Xander Zayas defending his title, junior middleweight title at the in San Juan, Puerto Rico, among some other. We'll analyze more of that next week or the week before.
Rohan Polanco's on the card, taking on Christian Gomez.
But Golden Boy and De La Hoya have a show tomorrow night, and that might be one of his finales with the Zone, as we said, Palm Desert, California. And here's the thing here. Alexis Roker withdrew from the fight today against Raul Coriel in their rematch. What's the word on that? I heard he would that Rocher. This fight was going to be important. Had a lot of implications in the welterweight division.
The first fight was great. It was a great first fight. Everybody was looking forward to this. The rematch. The first fight ended in a. Some people thought it was a little controversial.
And what did he pulled out of the fight because of health reasons?
He said he was not feeling. They said he was sick. That he struggled to make weight. And he got sick because of struggling to make weight. So he pulled out the fight. So I'm not sure. From what I read last,
no, they were trying to save that main event, and they can't. The last word, they had the weigh-in today, so they not, that fight is off completely. No opponent now for Coriel, but I want to see the exciting young man. I met him once, Scrappy John Ramirez, the bantamweight. He's in action. I want to see that tomorrow night.
Okay, I haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
He's a character, and he's a good fighter, too, in the bantamweight division. And, of course, next weekend, we'll talk more about it coming up next week. Raymond Moratella 8-0 against Andy Cruz 8-0. IBF lightweight title. And Madravanov returns on that card as well. So next weekend's going to be a lot of good boxing. And the Moratella-Andy Cruz fight, who I felt 8-0, getting a title shot. We talked about this. I don't agree with that. But you say he deserves that. I don't at 8-0, but he's a 32-year-old Cuban. I guess he's deserving of it. And, he's a superstar in the sport. Let's face it.
They say they got a new opponent, Panther. I don't even know what that is.
I didn't see that. So heads up and thank you to who put that up? Champ Ross?
First it was
Panther. We'll look that up. So good for Coriel that he has an opponent because you hate to see a fighter put a lot of work in the gym, the sparring, the working out, and then weigh-in time or the day of the weigh-in, you feel your opponent is off. You hate to see that. How many times do we see it? You hate to see it, so I'm glad for Coriel.
It's frustrating for the fighters and the fans.
It's very frustrating because that was the main event. But that seems to be a good card out there tomorrow night on the Zone. Oscar De La Hoya, Palm Desert, California. All right, Tom, we're reaching the first part of the program over. A lot of good talk. Like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Rich Mancuso, Tommy D Sports Talk, String Punk Entertainment. Like the Facebook Keep It in the Ring page as well. Fact of the week, Tom. You ready?
Oh, let's do it. Fact of the week time. Last week I didn't get it, so I got to get.
You might get this one, but
Okay.
here we go. Listen carefully. Fact, not
and
trivia.
people in the comments, you could try to guess it.
Yeah,
too.
of course. Sugar Ray Leonard won 36 of his 39 fights as a pro. The Hall of Famer with 25 knockouts. He beat Marvin Hagler. He beat Wilfredo Benitez. He beat Tommy Hearns. He beat Roberto Duran. But his toughest fight, what was his toughest fight, according to Sugar Ray Leonard, among that group?
Gotta be Duran. He lost to Duran.
No, he didn't say that was his toughest fight.
So
His toughest fight, he said that wasn't it. He didn't. I was shocked too when I got this fact.
Tommy
It wasn't
Hearns?
Duran. Yeah, it was Tommy Hearns,
How
Tom.
many times he fought Hearns? He fought Hearns.
He fought
twice?
Hearns September 16th, 1981.
Yeah, one of them was a
All right.
controversial draw.
In Vegas, that was a 14th round TKO.
Yeah,
All right.
and he fought again to a draw.
And he fought him again to a draw. But that one, he said, of September 16th, 1981, determined to him then that Tommy Hearns was his toughest fight. Toughest fight.
Wow.
Okay? And he said, out of the top guys in his weight, he was the biggest, the tallest, the fastest, the most powerful, and he could not make a mistake against him. If he did, he was done. But he didn't make a mistake against him. So that was a fact. You got it. At least you got some of it, Tom. Good.
I had 2 tries. I mean, that wasn't a hard one. That was pretty good. That was pretty easy.
All right,
I mean,
well,
you gave me a choice. It was
I
like a
had to-
multiple choice.
Yeah,
So,
well, you're not getting multiple choice next time.
next week, that's all right. I've been doing good on these. I mean, you got me with a hard one last week on purpose, because I was good at them. So we'll see what happens next week.
All right. Well, you're
And
doing
if you're-
good
and
to
if you're
start
not here
off.
next week, I get to do it.
You'll get to do it.
And
You
I
come up
always
with
put like a
one,
little twist on
and
it.
they may not be here next week, so you'll have the keys to the floor again. All right, let's take this brief timeout. To keep it in the ring. I'm Rich Mancuso. That's Tommy D, TD Sports Talk. Like, comment, subscribe to my channel here on YouTube. Do that. I would appreciate it. Tommy D, also Stream Punk Entertainment. Like the Facebook page. Also keep it in the ring. Back with the pro wrestling and much more. Stay with us. I'm Rich. This is Tom. Keep it in the ring. See you in a few.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
And we're back. Well, I'm back. Rich will be with us in a minute. Give us 1 minute. Let me look at the comments while Rich makes his way back. BBO always in there, making me feel good. Why I did not let BBO talk to T.O. his favorite fight. I'm gonna leave that there because that's Rich. That's for Rich. And we might get T.O. next week or the week after. So I'm gonna remember this, and we're gonna let Rich know when he gets back on. He's coming up shortly. So I got you. So Rich, let me know when you're ready, and then we'll rock and roll. But I want you to read that comment on the screen too.
Oh, I'm back.
Okay. Rich is back. Rich, I want you to read the comment on the screen. That's from.
I'm sorry about that, but I'm sorry I lost you after the break. But fans, we're back. Keep it in the ring. Thanks for being with us. What is it, Tom?
I want you to read that comment from BBO, your favorite guy.
Yeah.
He calls me Radames. So he asked me why I did not let BBO talk to Tio, who is his favorite fighter, and I said it was not my fault that I blamed you, Rich. So.
Why'd you blame me?
Because it's your show. he doesn't understand that.
Yeah. I'll have Teofimo on soon again.
Yeah, we're hoping to get him. Hopefully, during the fight
week.
Try to get him. So
Right now, I try to get him on tonight. Of course, he's busy training. He's in the final stages. Fight is 2 weeks from Saturday. So right now, even try to get Xander Zayas too. And same thing. Top Rank told me he's done his media obligations until fight week. It's understandable. These guys have to focus. You know,
you even try to get Ricky Gonzalez, the referee of the fight.
Right.
Week.
It's not easy booking guests, and when we do, we're very fortunate that we get them. Yeah. But they'll be coming. In the meantime, it's me and Tom going solo. Yeah, great supporter. Yeah. As all of you are out there, we appreciate it. And as now we can get into. I missed the commercial breaks. Was my favorite pizza commercial on?
No, I did. I saved that. I saved it for the next one.
Okay, good. Good. All right. I need to see that. Pro wrestling talk. A lot of buzz here. A lot of talk. All right. Of course, the Royal Rumble, also January 31st, WrestleMania season. The arena in Riyadh, which is ridiculous why they're having it there, and then WrestleMania will be there next year. Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. It's not ready yet. It's still being constructed. They say they'll be ready. I don't get it. Anyway. The winner there,
January 31st is a big sports day.
I don't know how we're going to answer. A week before the Super Bowl too. Yeah. So it's crazy.
And a week before the Super Bowl, but the Royal Rumble is usually everybody's favorite event.
Yeah, because it's the beginning of WrestleMania season officially, and of course the talk here going in is where does Braun Breaker go now? He was suspended by Adam Pearce on Monday Night Raw. He's putting his hands on an official, Adam Pearce. And so that storyline continues. You will see Breaker in the Royal Rumble, though, and probably win it and go out. And the CM Punk story continues for that world title. That's interesting. And then, of course, Drew McIntyre. McIntyre finally got his redemption. And the question is, why was McIntyre crowned the new champion? As Cody Rhodes now loses it, and McIntyre finally got to do it in front of a crowd. And this caught a lot of people off guard. And the prevailing feeling and what you're getting from your sources and everything, where's this going, basically, into WrestleMania? Where does this set up McIntyre? Does he still have that title going into WrestleMania? And he slept with the belt, too. That's how to get a good night's sleep, by the way. Sleep with your championship belt.
I didn't see this coming at all. I didn't think he would win. I guess they did a little swerve where, the cage match. And, I guess Rhodes agreed to it as well. I think Cody was
Rhodes is going to be involved somehow in the Royal Rumble. McIntyre will not defend the title at the Rumble, but it's probably going to go into Mania with the Rumble or the Chamber, Elimination Chamber. The thing is, the implication of this is now Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, and we're going to have that again at WrestleMania, the third time. That's what everybody's thinking this is leading to. Yeah. Or does McIntyre have someone else? It's very, very confusing, and this is exactly what the WWE wants you to do. They want you to think about it. Yeah. They don't want to make it predictable. And sure enough, they've achieved that purpose now that Drew McIntyre is the champion. And we'll have that title at least to the Royal Rumble.
Which is good. This is what we want. We don't want it to be so predictable. He's going, even though I do think it's kind of predictable. And I do think Roman Reigns is going to win, but I'm going to take a wild card, say Braun Breaker wins. But I think they're going to set it up for Roman Reigns to win the Royal Rumble. So that part is, to me, pretty predictable. I hope I'm wrong. But this is what we want as wrestling fans. We want to see something different. We want to see change. So
you want to hear all the rumors and speculation and not make it so predictable. And they're turning this, they're curving that around a bit because usually it's been very predictable. This one wasn't. Did not see this coming at all. Did not see this coming at all. No, I didn't. Drew McIntyre was going to get that title like that. Cody might have a new character. May have a character change as well. Okay, possibly a heel turn. There's been a lot of hints of that. And Cody might just have a whole different character.
Yeah.
But I don't think he will.
Fans want to see it. They've been waiting for Cody Rhodes' heel turn.
Between you and me, I am not a fan of Cody Rhodes.
No,
No.
I think he does well at both. I think he does well as a face and a heel. You know,
Yeah.
I like Cody. He's a good on the mic. He's a decent worker. You know, so I have no problem with Cody. I think he's fine. You know,
All right. So, congratulations, Drew McIntyre. He finally got his redemption. And he plays that role well as the heel champion, too. Chris Jericho, most likely, Royal Rumble debut. That's the talk. Judgment Day, you can see that coming. They're going to break up. Finn Balor's going to go back to, the devil look
yeah, it's
on
a
his
Phenom.
own.
Was
Going
it
to
the
go the
Phenom or
Phenom solo.
Yeah.
Dirty Dom is on the injured shelf, at least for another few weeks. Liv Morgan, there's dissension with Raquel Perez, and all that with Raquel.
Yeah.
There's dissension there. Judgment Day is finally going to break up. Finally, it's long overdue. Now, Gunther and AJ Styles. This happened Monday night on Raw from Germany at 2 p.m. Eastern. That's ridiculous because WWE once again is on their European tour. So you have to find the times when their live Netflix show is on for Monday Night Raw or SmackDown. And Gunther is eventually going to be a heavyweight, not a heavyweight champ. Maybe he's in store for McIntyre. AJ Styles is going to retire, he says, this year. That's the talk. Of course, he didn't beat Gunther beat him and tapped out, then didn't tap out. But you know what, Tom? Do you like Gunther?
I think Gunther's good. I think he's good. You know, he's got the old school heel look. You know, I like him. I think this is what wrestling needs. They need somebody like him. You know, a good heel that doesn't have interference, no stable, no anything. And, and yeah, heels cheat to win every now and then, but he does go over and wins clean at times as well. So I think Gunther is great for WWE. I like Gunther a lot.
And Tom put this one up because it's Bravo Americano. Not El Grande Americano. Chad Gable's going to come back, so this is going to be interesting who the real
Grande Americano. And I'm excited for it because that's my guy.
But this is Bravo Americano. This is Bravo Americano.
Bravo Americano. So
really?
Rich, are you telling me
Yeah.
you like this guy? You like Bravo Americano?
Yeah, I like him better than El Grande Americano, whatever they call him. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
You know why? Because I know who that is under the mask. That's why.
Who is that underneath the mask?
Tyler Bates.
Tyler
Bates. That's who it is.
I'm not.
That's why I like him. I know who he is because he does the whirling he has that move, and it's his famous move. The one that Cesaro used to do.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
but
so
I
that's
don't
him.
know who that guy Tyler. I never seen him.
Yeah, Tyler Bates is basically, on the low part of the
Independent
roster.
team? Okay.
No, he's with WWE, but he's a full timer, but he's on the low end of it.
Oh, okay.
But at least I like him because I know who he is under the mask.
Unbelievable. But you know who El Grande
No.
Americano was underneath the mask, and it was Chad Gable.
Yeah, but
Like
it was obvious it was Chad Gable. But then they tried, Kaiser taking his place. But this
Which is
guy,
hilarious. I think it's funny. I think it's great. You have Chad Gable, who's like 4 feet tall, and then they substitute him with Kaiser, who's like 6 feet tall.
you know what they're gonna do? I guarantee a WrestleMania match. El Grande Americano, Chad Gable, and Kaiser, who's playing that role now, they're gonna find out who the real one is. WrestleMania. It's obvious.
I'm for it. I'm all for it.
All right. And in talking that AEW is going to lose Powerhouse Hobbs and jump to WWE in a matter of weeks. So Boogie Down Maine. Yeah, I remember him. The real
The
show, and I
Boogeyman.
remember him well. Yeah. and of course, your favorite group AEW continues. And last night, though, Tom, you got to admit, if you didn't see it on Dynamite, MJF, the champion, and Bandito put on a hell of a match. And of course, MJF looks like he's turning babyface again, maybe a little bit. But then, he congratulates Bandito and then says, you will be world champion one day. And not now, of course. So we attacked him after he defended the title. But that was a good one on AEW last night. Very little that I could say positive about AEW, but that one was good. That one was good last night. Yeah, I know. You don't watch AEW. It's understandable.
I don't watch it.
All right. Tom, that wraps up the wrestling segment. Like, comment, subscribe to my channel on YouTube. That's Tommy D. I'm Rich Mancuso. One final break, brief. Come back. We have nostalgia to talk about and a little this, a little that. Stay with us. Let's keep it in the ring. I'm Rich. This is Tom. Back in a moment.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
All right, Tom, let's get to nostalgia this week on Keep It in the Ring and begin with January 14th, 1984. Ray Boom Boom Mancini, who I spoke to this week and will come on this program at some point. That wasn't Boom Boom. That was McIntyre sleeping with the belt. Yeah. Well, Mancini with the...
I placed the wrong image.
Regardless, quite a contrast, wasn't that? Tom, you've never amazed. You amaze me every week. Ray Boom Boom Mancini. TKO of Bobby Chacon. The WBA Lightweight Title was retaining it. He battered Chacon in Reno, Nevada. Chacon and thanked the referee Richard Steele when it was over for stopping the fight. What do you think of that? This back on January 14th, 1984. Mancini, the Hall of Famer. Quite a fighter in that division at the time.
Yeah, he had a pretty good resume. His last 4 fights were pretty interesting. I know he fought Camacho in a close bout. Who else he got? But Ray Mancini was a tough guy. Out of Youngstown, Ohio.
Yep, that's where he's from. Of course, the unfortunate thing is the incident, the tragic death of Duka Kim, who we fought 15-round battle, and Kim would succumb by a stool and later pass away to a brain injury when brain injuries were becoming now the focus of boxing. And Mancini still talks about that and still looks back at that and still feels the pain. But that's the unfortunate part of being in such a tough combat sport that boxing is.
Yeah.
And but that's a lot of people remember that about him, but more so they remember his style. Back then in 1984, here against Bobby Chacon, he beat a formidable guy. Chacon was well-ranked and well-liked and very talented in the division, and Mancini went in and did the job. And
3 rounds. He did it in 3 rounds. And that was his last win. That was his last win.
That's
After
right.
that, and he's one of the last guys to fight 15-rounders.
Right. That's right. That good point, because after that incident with Duka Kim, that's when boxing went on a brief hiatus and they made the rule changes. And instead of 15-round championship fights, for safety reasons and precaution, all the sanctioning groups at the time agreed, all in unity for this one, boxing commissions, athletic commissions, so forth, they agreed. 12 rounds, not 15 no more, because of safety. Though I believe 3 more rounds is where championship fights are determined, and I don't think 3 rounds more. And I talked to a lot of fighters today, Tom, who will tell you that 15 rounds over 12, there is a difference. And as far as safety, you don't know. This could have happened to any fighter in the first round.
Yeah.
But they took that precaution, and they'll never go back to 15. They've been talking about it, but they never will. But Mancini's remembered for that. Then we go to January 14, 1995. The Tasmanian Devil, the Hall of Famer, just inducted last year up in Canastota. Vinny Pazienza, who I knew very well, his father as well, Angelo, who was a late father. I went to his first pro fight from his home in Cranston, Rhode Island, to the Province Civic Center in a limousine. We got to meet each other, and we got to know each other before that. That's how that happened, extended the info. Well, Pazienza became a great champion. From then, he got injured, of course. He suffered a car accident, sustained a severe neck injury, was going to be paralyzed, was walking again, though. Great recovery. Even, I think he fought again after that as well, once, right? He defeated here, no mas, the legendary Hall of Famer Roberto Duran, 12 rounds, super middleweight bout, Atlantic City Convention Center, January 14, 1995. Remember it well. I covered this one in my young career. Tasmanian Devil, his second fight here in 6 months against Duran. 32 years old. He wore down the 43-year-old Roberto Duran in the later rounds. That was a pay-per-view broadcast, by the way, in Atlantic City on the boardwalk. What do you remember about Vinny Pazienza, Tom?
That he was crazy. He was nuts. And both fights were pretty good. I don't remember the second fight. I do know in the first fight, I mean, Pazienza was just a younger guy and just like outworked him. But he did get dropped in that fight. I remember he got dropped in the first fight against Duran, in the middle of the fight. But that's all I pretty much remember. But Pazienza, he was decent. But if you really want to know how I remember Pazienza was when he lost to Roy Jones. And I don't think he landed a single punch in that.
No, he didn't.
So that's what I really know Pazienza for. But
I have that fight poster, by the way. I have it. I do have it. I stole it from the arena. Back then they had them. They had them lying around.
Okay. No, I heard good things about Pazienza. He's good with the fans. He talks to people like
he was fantastic.
Guy,
and he came from the old school adage of boxing that I come from. So you could talk to him. It was old school. And let's face it, Tom, great champion as well. Tasmanian Devil, fit his name real well. Yeah. You know what he said after that fight to Duran?
What?
He said to Duran, "You hit me the hardest, and you were 90 when I fought you. 90 years old when I fought you." That's what he said. That was the humor in the Tasmanian Devil, Vinny Pazienza. So we don't have videos of it. We weren't allowed to put those ones up. But we do nostalgia each and every week here on the program. We love doing it. Hope you do as much as we do. All right, Tom, put this up because I came across this top boxing rematches. And I want you to analyze this. And here's what I look at. Top boxing rematches that I can look at as, to me, the best. Leonard versus Hearns, that era of the 1980s. Ali Frazier, of course, in the 70s. No one will ever forget that. Historic. All good ones, though, on that list, Tom.
De La Hoya Chavez, I could do without. I don't know why that's up there. I mean, they don't have Corrales and Castillo.
No,
that was so weird.
No, that could have very well been there in the top three.
Yeah.
Gotti
Ward is not there. I mean.
I'll tell you why. Remember now, we're talking rematches. The first Corrales Castillo fight was epic. We know what happened there. Corrales come off the mat. Bless you. And came off and wins the title after his mouthpiece comes out 2 times on the mat. The other two weren't as dramatic with controversy, of course, still with the weights. So, remember, these are rematches, not the first fights. These are rematches.
Oh, so these are immediate rematches. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's different.
And then I'm looking here, you know what, I get, because Roker and Coryell are on there at the bottom.
That was
that's what
they brought
supposed to happen tomorrow night in California. So that's why, because their first fight went to a draw, and it was kind of an epic fight, the two of them, when they fought the first time. Pacquiao Marquez was always interesting. They fought 4 times. Their rematches, all of them, were very, very compelling. They had something to it. All of them. And the history with those two was unbelievable. But again, I looked at Ali Frazier and Leonard Hearns as my top 2. This wasn't my list, but I agree with that.
Yeah, this is pretty good. I thought Gotti Ward, they didn't fight right away. I mean, could have sworn they did, but maybe not. I mean, that's got to be up there.
Yeah, that's not on there either. But their rematches, they didn't fight right away. They had the
Okay.
three epic battles, of course, the trilogy, Gotti Ward. But I thought we'd show that out this week, shout it out, because that's interesting boxing history right there. September 12th, Tom, Canelo Alvarez is coming back. It's official. So according to Turkey, he said on Instagram today, for a world title, September 12th, Canelo Alvarez will try and get another title. That's probably going to be Saudi Arabia because he's
What
fighting.
do you think
for
he's going to fight? He's probably going to come fight me or you. I don't know if he's going to fight.
I don't
anybody
know.
good.
I don't know. Without there, I don't know.
It looks
Long
like
time
he-
between now and September.
I
But he's
hope
got a
some
fight
time,
set up
September 12th.
September
He got a few months
12th
to
in
get
Saudi
ready.
Arabia.
Because he's going to fight
Yeah.
somebody like me or you. I promise you.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. We know it's not going to be a rematch with Terrence Crawford unless Crawford says, I'm coming back. All fighters always come back, don't they?
I think
And
we
Tom,
got to get BBO ready. Let's get BBO ready. I think he'll fight BBO. That's who we're going to get. Canelo, BBO,
no.
September 12th.
No, BBO and you.
No, together, we got a better shot.
Yeah. How about this? Ready to get the stamp? I will. Muhammad Ali, January 15th, a stamp in his honor. U.S. Postal Service. In his hometown of Louisville, Kentucky, it'll be unveiled. It was today they did this. We don't have
Yeah,
images of
the
it.
15th,
But you can officially get a Muhammad Ali postal stamp. I will get one or two of them, and I won't use them. We don't mail things out like we used to anyway. But I'm definitely getting that stamp. What is the cost of a stamp, Tom?
I don't even know now. I mean, who mails anything?
I don't.
I have
Very
no
rare do I
idea. That's a
mail.
very good
So I have
question.
no idea what a stamp costs. But for this,
30
I'll
years
pay.
ago, we would know.
Yeah, yeah. I remember when a stamp was 5 cents,
Yeah.
and I had
Wow,
hair on
yeah.
my head. But Muhammad Ali has a stamp in his honor. All right. Thank you, Frontline, and thank you all.
Frontline.
TD panel, chat familiar. We appreciate all your support here at Keep It in the Ring each and every week live. My YouTube channel, like, comment, and subscribe. Tommy D Sports Talk. Like the Keep It in the Ring page. And finally, 60 years ago this week, my favorite, you call it sitcom, adventure show. It was funny. Growing up, my hero there, the Riddler,
That's a hero?
Catwoman. Oh yeah. I dressed up like him at Halloween when I was a kid. This is a Batman classic. I thought I'd bring it up, and the reason I brought it up because out of those four, you know Burgess Meredith, right? And you know his role in the Rocky movies, right?
Who's that?
Burgess Meredith, the Penguin.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And he was the trainer of Rocky Balboa.
Yes.
A movie I never saw and I never will because to me it was all bullshit. It wasn't real. All right?
You never
neither
saw
was
Rocky?
this. No, I only saw clips and I will never see it. I don't want to. I have no interest.
Oh,
I made up with the Rocky statue in Philadelphia. I did make up to the statue. I made up to
Oh
the
my
statue.
God. I can't.
Yeah. I went up there and I apologized, but I never for a Rocky movie. No, and I won't. But Burgess Meredith was the trainer of Rocky Balboa, the Penguin in Batman. That Cesar Romero was the Joker. He played a good role in that. Frank Ocean is the Riddler. Julie Newmar as Catwoman. Oh boy, you watched Catwoman when you were a kid, but I was like 6 years old then. 7. 60 years ago. No, I was 8 years old. Giving you my age. Catch Batman on your local wherever. Congratulations. They're still running in syndication wherever they are. And watch Burgess Meredith. Tom, could you laugh like the Riddler or the Joker?
No, I don't think I could do that. No.
No, I can't do it no more. I had a perfect Riddler laugh.
Really?
I thought I did it one time. We laugh at boxing. We laugh at a lot of things. We do here on the program every week, an hour or more. We have a lot of fun, informative. We enjoy it. Hope you enjoy it as well. Like, comment, and subscribe to my channel on YouTube, Rich Mancuso. Like to Keep It in the Ring page. Don't forget, fans, my social media, X, Ring786, Facebook.com, Rich Mancuso, Instagram, read my content on LatinoSports.com. Take a look at social media during the week to find out when, where next week we're going to be, what time, live. Tommy D Sports Talk as well. Where can they find you, Tom? It's hard to find you. You do so many things on so many shows, so many platforms. How did they get you?
I've been very busy. I haven't really posted any material until today of the fight Saturday. So I will try to be on tomorrow night live. I don't know if we're going to talk football playoffs. You know, we got a big game Saturday. My Seahawks, they taking on the Niners Saturday. So
Super Bowl bound. That team's Super Bowl bound. Seattle against Denver. That's my pick now.
Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it. Listen, I'd be happy to beat the Niners, who I cannot stand the most out of any football team. So that's what we're looking for first. Beat the Niners, and then next week we'll worry about whoever plays the Rams or the Bears.
Well, the Niners are hurting. They don't have what's his name, Kittles. He's gone for the year too.
They're banged up.
A good quarterback in Purdy. You know, my baseball season is coming in quick. It'll be here before you know it.
Pitchers and catchers are coming soon. So
yeah, it's like 22 days.
Yeah.
Or less.
So I think maybe tomorrow will just be a straight up sports show. It'll be a Friday night sports talk. Because I had some interviews lined up as well. I was supposed to interview the #1 ranked lightweight in Puerto Rico. I'll probably do that next week. I got to talk to my guy Ricardo. Supposed to have him on, and then I had another interview lined up with another guy. So, so I just been very busy. So tomorrow night we'll just have like a free sports talk show. And,
all right.
You know.
I'll try and click in. Yeah, with my busy schedule, I'll try and click in. Okay.
And salute to Frontline. He says, "Let's try this again." TD Pano and Chat Familia. So salute to you, Frontline. Thanks for coming through.
We will do it again.
He wants Cody to turn heel already.
Oh, he might. A lot on the program this week, and we'll be lining up guests in the weeks to come here on the program, Keep It in the Ring. Now, for next week, tune in. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be here handling this with Tommy D, who I trust so much. He's my great friend, colleague, co-host. He produces as well. Tom will probably have, once again, Tom, you're going to probably have the keys to the show next week.
Okay. Hey, I got to drag Sock out. So I might bring Socrates on, and we might have some fun with, some of the fights coming up. So
I have to take care of an important thing for myself, personal, and that's why I may not be here. Let's just say I might be under for a day or two. Nothing serious, but going to be taking care of it. But that could change. So watch your social media. Tommy D, I love you, man, and I can tell you how good you are, how great you are. You make me look good every week. We love you, everyone out there supporting this program. Keep coming in and get more to subscribe to my channel and Tommy D at Keep It in the Ring. God bless. Take care of yourselves. Be good to each other. And until next time, what do we say, Tom?
Keep it in the ring.
Keep it in the ring, everyone. Thanks for watching. See you soon.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.